Towers and Thorpe Park in the UK, PortAventura has modified its rapids boats to make them safer and more family friendly. PortAventura is unfortunately one of those theme parks which has staggered openings across the whole of the park. So some rides open with the park at 10 o'clock, some rides open at 10:30, some rides at 11, and some rides as far as 11:30. Not sure what time this opens, but I'm going to guess it's going to be a while before it's moving. When you make your next visit to PortAventura, please do the log flume. It is one of the best water rides that you will ever go on. It's just such a fun ride. It's fast flowing when there isn't drops, and when there is drops, then you can guarantee that you're going to get very, very wet. Now, unfortunately, there's not many places to film it from. So what I will do is put a card in the top of the screen from when me, Mike and a couple of the others rode this log flume in May 2017, and we literally got a tidal wave over the front of the boat on each drop.
Paso galope. Paso andaluz. Ole. Paso marqués.
Estos dos, ¿verdad?
No,
sí,
no,
sí.
no, ¿qué es lo que te pica un pollo la broma?
Y ahora, señoras y señores, el Can.
It's a little bit of a strange weather day here in Salou at PortAventura, because earlier on the clouds were really grey and looking like it was going to absolutely chuck it down. Well, it has now chucked it down and the blue skies are out, and finally I can feel a little bit of that Salou heat, which I've been hoping for all day. So hopefully the rest of the shots from here on in will be with a blue sky in the background rather than dark clouds. So we're now heading towards the China area of PortAventura, and it's definitely the most picturesque area of this park, with the two B&Ms dominating the skyline. I always get excited walking into this area of the park. It's just an incredible place to be in PortAventura. So the beauty of this area as well is, if you look one way, you've got the Grand Theatre where the dance show takes place, with it's generally themed to classic pop music, or as it is this year, to movie music. I think I'm not going to get a chance to watch it, unfortunately, but judging from the signs, that's what it is. Also, you get a nice view of Hurricane Condor in the background. Well, then if I'm to turn round, which I will do in a minute, there is a great view of Dragon Khan and Shambhala as well. So now that Hurricane Condor's finished its cycle, I'll turn around and show you the other view. The contrast in the weather today is somewhat frustrating. You look one way and you've got blue skies, you look the other way and you've got dark clouds, so it's quite frustrating from a filming perspective. It is very warm now though. So yeah, if you came to PortAventura before 2012, I'm sure you'll remember how big Dragon Khan used to look. It used to sort of tower above the whole park really, and it used to look like a monstrous coaster. But now it's dwarfed by Shambhala, but that's not to say it's not a good roller coaster anymore. It has got a little bit rough these days, but still fits into this park really well, and hopefully one day it'll get a retrack that it deserves and get back to being a glass smooth B&M looping coaster. PortAventura has opened a new dark ride for 2019 called Sesame Street Mission, and I've got to say, from an exterior point of view, it's excellently put together. In recent vlogs here at PortAventura, we have sort of questioned the direction that this park is going in and whether they've really got the ambition to make PortAventura one of the best parks in Europe, or sustain it as one of the best parks in Europe, I should say. When you see stuff like this, you've got to say that there is clearly some ambition there to keep it up there as one of the best parks. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get on it today. It's had a 2-hour queue all day and I just don't have the time to wait 2 hours for this ride on this occasion, but as I'm sure you'll know if you've been watching the channel for a while, we come to this park quite often, so when I come back with Mike and Mullet and Mitch and everyone, I'm pretty sure that we'll do it then. And also it only opened about 2 weeks ago, so it's always going to be popular when it's just opened. I'm now in the Sesame Street area of PortAventura, where it's got a bit of a favourite ride of ours, Magic Fish, which we'll go to shortly. That just leaves me with 2 more areas of this park to cover now, and that's Sesame Street and then Polynesia, and then we'll be back to the Mediterranean. So in the back area of the Polynesia area, there is a pirate ship ride, which quite easily gets missed because there's not many other rides near it. There is the bird show that's near it, but not many other rides that you can get to by coming this way, unless you go the really long way around back to far west. So yeah, something to keep an eye out if you like your pirate ships. There's one at PortAventura, and it's been here since they opened the park, I think, which was back in 1995. Might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure this is one of the rides that opened with the park. The thing about this area as well, it's been done so well, the theming and everything in this area, the trees, the setting, just everything is just so nice. There's no big rides in this area other than the pirate ship really, but it is just a stunning area of PortAventura. Quickly going to correct myself here. I say that there's no big rides in this area. Well, there is of course Tutuki Splash, so I'll head over in that general direction in a minute. But it's worth noting you can reach the Sesame Aventura, Sesame Street area pretty easily from Polynesia, and likewise you can reach Polynesia really easy from that area of the park. Just a little tip there if you've never been to PortAventura. So yeah, I feel a bit silly saying there's no big rides in this area, because immediately after I turned the camera off I remembered Tutuki splashes in this area. This area here is completely unrecognisable compared to what it is at Halloween. Dino Escape 4D is only here in the summer season. It gets transformed into the Rec Halloween Horror Maze for the Halloween period here at PortAventura. I still can't quite get my head around myself saying Polynesia didn't have any big rides, because Tutuki Splash is a bit of an obvious one really, and funnily enough is actually one of my favourite rides here. It's great to watch and great to ride. I'm now back in the Mediterranean area of PortAventura, and that brings me to the end of this PortAventura park footage video, which has been a lot longer than I expected it to be, but I've really enjoyed filming the rides here, enjoyed filming the show, I've enjoyed my visit here, got plenty done as well as my filming. I will be coming back hopefully later in the year with Mike, hopefully with Mitch and Mullet and a couple of the others too. I don't think Mark has been here recently. We've certainly never been here with Mark anyway. Hopefully we can get Jimmy to come with us too. So yeah, still love this park. It's excellent. The rides are great, the shows are great. Unfortunately, the park operations on the rides do really let it down. It does feel like you need fast pass to actually enjoy this park, which is a real shame. Never used to be that way in the old days. The capacity used to be excellent. I remember when Shambhala opened and it just used to eat its queue pretty much. Dragon Khan was the same. Unfortunately Baco was the same, but none of them just move a queue now. But yeah, I really like this park. It's one of my favourites. Here's Baco. Yeah, it's one of my favourite parks anywhere. It's just chilled out, enjoyable. I've just got a soft spot for it. It was my first European park outside of the UK as well. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this video. I'm sorry if you were expecting a vlog from PortAventura. Like I say, I hope there'll be one in a couple of months' time. But I do hope that you've enjoyed this park footage video, because I've really enjoyed filming it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Pleasure Beach Experience video.